What's up, Saguto golfers? If you're hearing this episode of What's in the Bag, thanks for tuning in. So let's go check out my crib. My crib's pretty special. Right there she is. This baby. We're gonna be talking about some of the non-negotiables first. Beautiful Callaway stand bag with tons of pockets to hold a bunch of useless stuff that I'll never need. But it's nice to have it anyway, just in case you get in a situation where you do need it, even though you never need it. I got so many pockets in here, I could fit an entire Chinese buffet in this bag and still have room for the hot and sour soup. I like sesame chicken, by the way. That's a number 7. Some of the non-negotiables in my golf bag, things that I couldn't do anything without. Number 1, a groove sharpener. For those pesky approach shots where you need a little bit of extra zip off the ball, that's all right. You'll be warming up, hitting your next shot. I'll be sitting there sharpening all day long. You wonder why I got so much zip on my approaches? Not only does groove sharpener help you zip that ball back, it also helps you look like you're really cool, especially when you end up putting scuff marks on your golf balls. It makes you look really cool. Golf is all about looking cool. That's why I've got a fancy belt, and I got a red shirt, and I got black pants, black tie. My next non-negotiable golf bag item. Samurai sword, standard issue. Because you never know when there's gonna be an attacker, especially a wild bear coming out of the woods. You've gotta be prepared to take down the bear. I don't care who you are. You've gotta wield a samurai sword on the golf course for those unexpected situations. Another non-negotiable, you gotta have alignment sticks. This is critical for practicing. Target line, foot line, ball position. You put those on the ground just like you saw in my practice session, and you can have a controlled practice environment. Not only that, you can use these sticks to work on swing path, swing plane, takeaway, top of backswing, downswing, start a downswing, follow through, release, finish. Am I out of positions yet? Shoulder down, hands in, all that stuff, just with a $1.99 alignment stick from Home Depot. Don't waste your time. Just go to Home Depot right now and get these sticks. You will not be disappointed. It's really that simple. A couple other essentials you need in your golf bag. Sunscreen, can't forget this. Hot outside, sun is hot, skin gets hot, skin burns. Put the cream on, you won't burn. Also makes for a nice dietary supplement. Another personal favorite of mine, wouldn't go anywhere without this practice-wise, the Swing Caddie SC100. Beautiful launch monitor. You saw me use this in the driver episode. I love to use it on the practice tee because it helps me dial in all of my yardages. And it's a really handy portable launch monitor. Gives you the data you need so you can carry it to the right spot. Make more birdies, folks. That's what it's all about. You will make more birdies if you know your yardages. If you can hit it close, make the putt. Or in my case, back before I was good at putting, they called me 3-putt Tom, so the only thing I do, I had to hole out from the fairway. Last necessity I want to talk about is one of the most important, the glove. The grip is your only connection to the club, and rightfully so, we should take this as a very important part, because if your grip's wobbling at all during the swing, then your club face is gonna wobble. We're not sure where the club's gonna end up in the ground. Very important. So I play a golf glove that breathes very well for my body type. It's Upglove. It's a fantastic glove. On the front side here, the grip side, you've got a really nice tacky Cabretta leather. Feels just like the Titleist Permasoft. You almost wanna wear your gloves when you go to bed at night and just do this. It feels so soft, I don't know. On the back side, it's very breathable. I love that because when I go out and play, I'm not sweating through the glove. I actually don't have any sweat at all. And I've been out on some pretty hot days already. Feel nothing. Works like a charm. So I highly recommend them. You don't pay $24 for each glove every time. So you're really getting a premium glove at a great price. It's unbelievable. Now let's move into some of the really important stuff in the bag, like the stuff that actually gets the job done. I play Titleist 714 CBs. Yeah, I know they're old, but don't let the age fool you. These things get the job done. They feel so buttery, and this is my 6-iron. I use this club all day long. Love this club. I practice with this club. Oh, it's my favorite. S300 shafts, true temper, stiff. And when I say get the job done, I mean these things, They feel like blades with the forgiveness of a cavity back. Titleist is onto something here, and they're probably even more onto it now since these are like 6 years old. These clubs are like mashed potatoes when you hit it, but that blade feel with the cavity back forgiveness is like the butter on top of the mashed potatoes. Feels so crispy, creamy good. Finger licking good golf shots. My favorite club in the bag, aside from the 6-iron, I love hitting this club. The good old tree iron, the 3-iron. It's a beautiful, beautiful club. And look at the shine. I mean, you could hang it on the wall. Like it's like the fish, people hang their animals on the wall. I hang my golf clubs on the wall because it's so shiny you don't want to get it dirty. And look at that. Even 6 or 7 years later, this thing's been through the war and back. It plays incredibly well. When you hit this right, you know it, and that's why I love hitting it. You hit it right, you know it. Right on the center. Let's move into some of my wedges before we get to the big heavy stuff. I love this golf bag because it's so organized. There's like one slot for each club. I'm used to having a million clubs to fit in one spot. This is much better for my organization. Wedge-wise, we've got a couple of different selections from the golf club buffet. I'm currently playing a set of illegal Nikes. No, I'm just kidding, they're not illegal. This is the first year they did the groove roll. I think it was 2010. So I've got a 52-degree Nike SV wedge. I still use it. I don't know why. It just feels great when I hit it. This thing's been around with me since high school and we're best friends. Kudos to the groove sharpener for keeping everything in line. But 10 degrees of bounce, so I can pick it clean off the fairway and fairway bunkers. I got a really gritty grip. I like tacky, gritty grips because my hands get sweaty. Next up, we've got a 60-degree wedge from Taylormade, back when they had the replaceable face wedge. This thing's old, but it gets the job done still. Feels great. I haven't replaced the face on it. Thank you again, groove sharpener. Once again, 60 degrees, 10 degrees of bounce. In South Carolina with the tight lies, you gotta be able to pick it off the fairway pretty clean, take a nice divot in front of the ball. You can't be afraid of taking a divot. Having about 10 degrees of bounce helps that club dig into the ground. And then if you're playing in places with a lot of deep sand, you need more bounce so the club doesn't dig so much. But less bounce in the South tends to work out best. Time for the heavy artillery. Well, good old R11 Rescue Club. Old school. This thing, I bring this out whenever I'm in a tough spot. I use the putter on the greens, on the off the fringe, because down here we've got Bermuda grass. The grain grows in 15 different directions. Gets it right over the fringe, no problem, and then rolls it up the hole like you just putted it. It's beautiful. It's got that nice white finish with oaky notes. Okay, this isn't wine, but you know. It's got some use. You can see the wear and tear. I've had this since high school. This thing mashes the ball. It doesn't take much to get this thing on the screws. Wherever you hit this club, it feels center face all day long. I use this for about 225-yard shots because it's technically a 3 hybrid, and it's got 18 degrees of loft. So it's like a 3-iron with a bomb on the end of it. Next up, we've got the Titleist 915 FD3 wood. This thing feels so solid when you hit it. I've got an 80-gram Diamana stiff flex shaft in here, and it's my cannon. 15 degrees, goes about 250 yards, and I can hit it pretty much out of anywhere. It just cuts through the mix, and when you hit it solid, it sounds like, well, it doesn't quite sound like that, but it sounds like a piercing metal sound that really is cool. Almost last but not least, the driver, the big dog, Titleist 915 D2, 8.5 degree driver, with a 70-gram Aldila stiff flex. This thing is lighter than the R11 I used to own, goes a lot further, and at 8.5 degrees, I launch at about 14 degrees, get about 22 to 24 RPMs of spin, so that ball just keeps going forever. And not only that, it sounds cool, and it's very forgiving. What else you want? I hit it about 280 yards on average. And if I really want to cook it up, I can get up into 300, but most of the time I find myself around 280 with this club. Not a bad spot to be. It comes with a deluxe Coastal Carolina Chanticleer head cover. See the resemblance? Lastly, we've got the money maker, the putter, the thing that gets the job done, the thing that gets you to write that score on the scorecard, the most important piece of the bag, an Edel custom fit putter. This thing is so much fun because you don't have to work. It's custom fit to my body type, how I see the ball, My eyes are over the ball every single time. My alignment is always spot on. It's custom fit to the way I work. So that's my bag, baby. That's how it works. It's got this pixel face, creating a true roll every time. It's got some fancy science behind it. I'm just gonna trust it because it works. They got a nice 12-gram weight in the heel, and that's just because it helps me get a much better roll with my current stroke. It's built for my stroke, so it's designed for how I take it back naturally. I don't have to force anything, and the speed comes out true every single time. It's ridiculous. I don't even have to practice putting. You just go out with one of these things, you make it every single time. Scary. First day I got it, had a 20-foot putt, dropped it in the hole, cashed my check and said, "Thank you for the putter, sir." You might notice I've got 3 alignment lines, and that's because my eyes didn't like it with just one. When we put the 3 on there, I aligned it perfect at the target every time. With just the 1, I aligned it left every single time. So we added 3, my eyes saw it great. It's one of those weird quirks, but now I never miss my line. If I miss my line, it's not because of the putter, it's actually because I aimed in the wrong spot. That's a good thing with the putter. If you aim in the wrong spot, that's your problem, not the putter's problem. All right, now we're gonna go through my yardages just quickly here. Look at this on the screen. That's my average yardages for my clubs. The max yardage is the one where I'll hit, if I hit it absolutely perfect, that's how far it will go. But you know, golf is not a game of perfect, it's a game of just being average. And if your average is good enough, you can play some good golf. Why do you think par is average? All right, Saguto golfers, thanks for letting me show you my crib, what's in the bag. If you want to learn how to play your best golf, go to Saguto.golf. It's a systematic way to get your golf swing and your whole golf game in order, step by step, short 5-minute classes, only 10 bucks a month. 10 bucks a month, price of a Starbucks coffee. You can play your best golf today, instantly. I'll look forward to seeing you in the class. Thanks for tuning in. See you in Saturday night's episode. Have a rockin' week.